down and safe. Give me 6 minutes and then try and work out a way to bring me back safely. Hi everybody, Ewan Spence dropping in again for another All About Symbian video diary. Going to look again at the E75. This is part 3. Previous parts are available over on allaboutsymbian.com, where I've been delighted with your comments. Thank you very much for those. Do keep writing them up. To answer the big question from the last show, no, I'm not a hippie, and whoever unregistered is, that is one of the weirdest questions I've been ever asked about a phone review. I'm not quite sure how that would affect my views. I mean, it's not like there are any flowers hanging off the ear speaker on a Nokia E75, but there you go. Right, I want to have a look at the software in this one, Nokia's new enterprise device. I'm going to hit Nokia twofold with it. One for the bad and two for the good. One for the bad is the PIM suite. Now, I've actually already done big write-ups on this on All About Symbian. There's been lots of healthy debate over how poor the calendar, to-do tasks and notes applications have been on these devices. But I have a solution. I just want to remind everyone that the underlying database in S60 still has all the things that you need for a really good PIM application. Let me just blow the dust off something like this. So this is a Science Series 5MX. This has the same agenda database structure as the Nokia E75. All Nokia need to do is add in category support onto this, and it will be almost as good as this. Category support will allow me, for example, to have a to-do list marked up with All About Symbian, one for personal blog and one for writing projects. It would allow, and that would make tasks usable. At the moment, I can maybe do 6 or 7 tasks. If I do 9 or 10 projects in there, and each got 6 things on them, that's 70 or 80 entries, and I can't sort through them. Categories is just enough. But here's a little hint for you all. If you're missing your Science Series 5, hold the C75 a little bit closer to you, and it's the same size. In this case, it's upside down. There we go. And there you go. It's an almost perfect replacement. It's even the same perception size. It's 240 pixels high on the screen, 240 pixels high on the screen. QWERTY keyboard, QWERTY keyboard. One programming change, category support. Do that, and I think everything will work out fine. What I think is happening, though, is Nokia are looking at each element of S60 and improving it bit by bit. S60 carries on feature pack 3, feature pack 5, version 2, and all those various numbers, but the underlying software is slowly improving. It started off with the web browser running WebKit, which is in here. It then moved on to have a look at now at the messaging client. The messaging client. There's a new version that's coming out for other people, but we suspect that the E75 is one of the first phones to carry the new Nokia messaging, and it's very slick too. Although the SMS interface is still the same, and it still comes under your messaging icon, when you set up a new email account, in my case I put in my Gmail account, and it actually pops up a Gmail icon on the front of the screen. Look at that. And that makes it incredibly easy for a new person to have confidence. It's like, oh, I'll give you my email address. It just said, what's your password? There you go, pops up a Gmail icon. Fantastic. And the view in here is much improved. You've got filters that allow you to drop down and search on the date. You can sort it by date, sender, subject, priority, read or unread, attachments and size. Yeah, you can switch between your inbox, drafts, sent items and outbox with great ease. And you've also got a little twisty, so you can close up each day and only open one day to see which emails you received at a time. Fantastic changes to the UI, bring it more in line with what you expect from a desktop email client. And that means people in the enterprise who are coming onto this phone either new or from a basic feature phone are going to be instantly at home with the email client. Yes, it does do HTML. Yes, you can set it up for however many lines of information. I've naturally got it squished up as much, but you can have 1 or 2 line previews in your inbox as well. And of course, they've left the SMS as it is, because all you need in SMS is the phone number it's from, or the name, and the contents of the message. It's great. And it integrates with a bit of the PIM suite that works really well, which is the contacts application. We very rarely talk about that, to be honest. But it's actually very well. I mean, I've been synchronizing through OV, through the 5800, the N95, the E75, and back to the OV database, plus my PC. That's 5 different ways of doing synchronizing. There's lots of paths, and it stayed in sync through all of them. I know Steve's had trouble with that, but I've not encountered any. And of course you can have the picture of the person taken with the camera, and you can add in as many phone numbers, email addresses or websites as you like. And all you need now is adding in things like RSS support, which we're starting to see in touch devices like the 5800. Maybe that's for later firmware. So it seems that Nokia are just slowly stepping through and improving the most used applications as they go along. Hopefully the PIM suite is going to come now, because really that's the one weak point in the E75. It really does depend on people, how well people use their diaries. If you are the sort of person who's a diary calendar fiend, the E75 calendar will leave you slightly short-changed. If you're like me and use paper, or you only have a couple of appointments a day, which, let's face it, for most people will be the case, then the calendar is sufficient for your needs, but be aware it can be quite limiting. Other than that, everything else in the PIM suite, as I've said before, needs that calendar support, and it will run fine. That's it. One tiny thing to fix. There we go. Anyway, your comments are always welcome on these short posts, allaboutSymbiont.com if you're there, or YouTube. Just leave your comments down below. Part 4, I'm probably going to look at the online stuff now. So we've got web, but we've also got other things that have come online, such as chat. Twitter is making a resurgence, even though there's no built-in Twitter client. It's still important to connect with. I am as well. Have a look at all of those in the next part of the video diary. But for now, I think my time is up, and I shall be leaving you.